You
It's
know,
irrelevant, Tommy. Shut up.
a lot of talk here in Toronto lately that the Jays are missing a power bat. And of course, everybody points to Teoscar Hernandez is now in Seattle.
Hey, maybe you ought to ask the people in Seattle. They're looking for one now.
That's true.
I don't think that's a big problem for them. They don't have that one guy that's shooting a bunch of them out there, right? There's been some talk about Vladdy Jr. He hasn't hit one in a while. He hit one off a position player. I don't care how you do it. Just drive in some runs.
Some talk about the Jays pitching staff. Of course, there's some ups and downs with a lot of pitchers. It's been pretty consistent for the most part with at least 3 or 4 of them. What happens in a situation where the Jays are down a starter, maybe due to injury or one of those suspensions that they have for anything on their hands or anything of that nature? How does it work when you're evaluating this starting 5?
They got to be feeling pretty good, actually. Barrios and Kikuchi, there's big question marks about them going into the season, after the performance last year. They both settled in, and they've both been very, very good. So if somebody goes down, who do you replace them with? I don't think they really have that guy. I think the guy they were planning on was Tiedemann.
Yeah.
And he came up lame. They brought in Drew Hutchinson down there. You got Casey Lawrence. They have experience. Thornton pitched with them a little bit last year. To sum it up, if they need a starter, they're in trouble.
George Springer recently hit his 54th home run in the leadoff spot. So that ties him with Alfonso Soriano for number 2 overall. Ricky Henderson, of course, number 1 with 81 home runs from the leadoff position. Who's the greatest leadoff hitter you've watched or played with?
It's 100% on this one, Ricky Henderson, obviously. Yeah. So we're going to put it number 2. I got to go with Pete Rose, the all-time hit king.
Yeah, he should be up there, right?
For crying out loud, and he's a gambler, man. He's perfect for our show here, He was a prototypical leadoff hitter back then, right? Lenny Dykstra, I thought, was one of the best. He just did everything right. He's one of the best leadoff hitters I ever saw. He draws walks. He can steal a base. Good hitter, and he could burn you deep a little bit every now and then. Especially when he got jacked up, Vince Coleman with the St. Louis Cardinals back in those 80s, not a great hitter, but he didn't have to be. But he was really good about putting the ball in play, on that turf in St. Louis and run like hell, man. That's what he would do. And then he gets on, he's stealing second and third. And then those guys, Tommy Herr, whoever's coming up, all they do is hit a little ground ball and it's a run. But the game has definitely changed. Ricky Henderson changed it. It really says something about what Springer did, tying Soriano right there. Pretty impressive. But don't forget Batista.
He did. You put him in the leadoff spot. What was your reasoning behind that one?
Well, nobody's ever accused me about being real smart nowadays.
Want more John Gibbons takes? Of course you do. Sports Interaction is the official gaming partner of Gibby. Join us every Wednesday and Friday for Gibby's takes around Major League Baseball and, of course, the Toronto Blue Jays. Click the link and subscribe to our YouTube page today.